I'm going to bring this meeting of the Lawndale City Council to order. I'm going to ask the city clerk to give us the roll call.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. Mayor Pro Tem Cuevas.
Present.
Councilmember Suarez.
Present.
Councilmember Talavera.
Present.
Councilmember Kearney.
Here.
Mayor Poland Miles.
Here.
All members are present.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. Next up, we're going to have our flag salute that's going to be led by Councilwoman Bernadette Suarez, followed by Pastor Matthew Harbison from the Lawndale Wesleyan Church.
Please stand. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing.
So in honor of St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, I'm going to give you a very brief Irish blessing, if that's all right. There we go. May you have the hindsight to know where you've been, the foresight to know where you are going, and the insight to know where you have gone too far. God bless this meeting. Amen.
Short but powerful. Thank you. All right, let's hear from the our public safety report. Let's hear from acting Captain Giggles. And I promise I won't make any jokes.
Good evening, Mayor, esteemed members of the City Council, and members of the community. I'm Tanya Giggles, the acting captain of South Los Angeles Station, and I'll be presenting the public safety report for March 2nd, 2026 through March 16, 2026. I will begin with discussing our notable arrests and investigations. On March 13th at approximately 6 a.m., David Hernandez responded to 14800 block of Larch Avenue regarding gunshots heard in the area. When he arrived, he contacted a witness who provided video surveillance of the incident. He also located approximately 10 9mm casings in the street. Deputy Hernandez reviewed the surveillance video footage and identified a vehicle involved in the incident. Lawndale deputies responded to the area to assist with the investigation and located the possible suspect vehicle at a motel. South Los Angeles Station OSS Detective Ceja responded to the scene and immediately began investigating the crime. He authored a search warrant at the motel where the suspect vehicle was located. After he completed his investigation at the motel, he identified 3 suspects and placed them under arrest. 2 females, a male suspect, were booked for various narcotic-related charges. None of the suspects were residents of Lawndale. The male suspect is a gang member in Gardena. The drug arrest stats. During the reported period, Lawndale deputies made 17 misdemeanor narcotic arrests for possession of various types of narcotics and possession of drug paraphernalia. Traffic incidents. Regarding our traffic-related incidents, Traffic Enforcement Deputy Gomez issued 36 citations during the reporting period for various vehicle code violations such as failure to stop at a stop sign, failure to stop at a red light, and speeding. As far as our community engagement, lastly, I would like to invite everyone to the next Neighborhood Watch meeting, which is Wednesday, March 18th at 6 p.m., located at the Harold Hoffman Community Center. Come out and enjoy some time with our local deputies and community members. This concludes my report, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Captain Giggles. Is there any questions of the acting captain?
No questions, but I would like to welcome you to our city, and
Thank you so
hopefully,
much.
I'm not going to call you acting captain. For now, you're our captain.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, we got a presentation tonight, keeping with the theme from the Sheriff's Department. Kristen Morales from the Sheriff's Department. Where's Kristen? Is Kristen here? Oh, you didn't recognize your name? Okay, Kristen Morales, let me read his service recognition. So he was initially from the South Los Angeles Station on parole duty. patrol duty, April 28, 2020 through March 1st, 2026. He followed that up by the Lawndale Sheriff Station Center as a motor officer, February 3rd, 2023 through March 1st, 2026. He'll be transferred to the Norwalk Station. Congratulations on that. Deputy Morales faithfully served the community of Lawndale beginning in July of 2021 when he was assigned parole deputy at the South Los Angeles Station. February 2023, Deputy Morales was assigned as a motor deputy for the city of Los Angeles and continued that assignment up to his last day on March the 1st before heading to the Norwalk Sheriff Station. I'd like to take this time to thank Deputy Morales on behalf of the Lawndale City Council for his exceptional service to the city and our community and residents, and I wish him well in his newest assignment. And so we have this plaque that we want to present Deputy Morales, Kristen Morales, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. And it has all the good stuff on it that I just mentioned, and it says, in recognition of your dedication and service to the city of Lawndale. Is that all right? Can you join us at the podium? So Deputy Kristen Morales, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, in recognition of your dedication and service to the city of Lawndale, presented by the Lawndale City Council this March 16, 2026. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so we're on oral communications. Oral communications, we have the opportunity to speak to this body, either the Lawndale City Council, or the Cable Usage Corporation, on items that are not on the agenda. If you'd like to do so at this time, we have to line up by the flag. When it becomes your turn, just approach the podium, if you will. If you can start with your name first, that'll be most appropriate. At 2.5 minutes, the amber light will come on either screen. That'll give you the signal to start wrapping things up. Let's have our first speaker.
Gary Adams, 45-year resident of the city of Lawndale. I believe in truth, justice, and the American way. I believe in law and order. I'm requesting an impartial investigation of what is to follow. Since the investigation will necessarily involve city employees, it is considered inappropriate that it be conducted by city employees. It is requested that adequate funds be approved for the investigation. It is my opinion that the city of Lawndale has not complied with Title 22 of the California Code of Regulations. It is further my opinion that this failure is the direct result of gross mismanagement by one Jason Mentor, Director of the Community Services. It is further my opinion that Jason Mentor has engaged in illegal behavior of verbal abuse, harassment, intimidation, civil rights violations, including but not limited to illegal discrimination and illegal disparate treatment, as well as abuse of authority. Additionally, it is my opinion that Jason Mentor has knowingly violated the Aging and Disabilities Department Area Agency on Aging Elderly Nutrition Program Standards of Conduct and are allowed others to do so, including but not limited to permitting bicycles inside the congregate meal area. It is also my opinion that Jason Mentor has done this. If Jason Mentor had done his job, my friend John would not have been verbally assaulted by Danny, I would not have been verbally assaulted by Danny, and I would not have been threatened by Danny. And Jason Mentor would not have violated the law. I'm requesting a written copy of the findings of the investigation within 10 business days, which should be available under the Freedom of Information Act as well. I will entertain any questions while on camera, as I no longer trust some city employees. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Holly Osborne from Redondo Beach. If you watched the Olympics at all, or were you listening to the news, there were two prominent derailments over there. And one of them specifically I was interested in as to how it would apply here, okay? I can't get enough of it. It's not going to apply because we don't have the metro on the road. But if we had, okay. So this is the between Artesia and Grants, and actually this part is in Redondo, and this is the freight track. Actually, there's two tracks, and then these are the two LRTs. Now, this looks straight, but the subtitle of this memo, of this presentation is, straight track is not straight, because they're actually crossovers, okay? I can't draw a curve in PowerPoint, so I just made it, you know. But anyway, what happened in Italy was there was a driver, and he was driving, thinking he was driving straight through, and all of a sudden, somehow, a switch got switched, and he ended up going to the other track. But I found out you're traveling about 30 miles an hour, but when you switch, you have to be down to about 10. So he was going too fast. The train derailed and went into the community and killed two people, one on the train and one in the on the grounds. And I didn't know how much the trains had to slow down to do all this, and I never thought that this could be a problem. But let me just tell you, so you just see what it really looks like. Those houses are down here. So if this train derailed, it would flop back on these houses, okay? He just went into a parking lot, but it was, anyway, I thought that was all interesting. And that just happened about a month ago. You can look it up yourself, and I had another example, but I don't think I'm going to give it, because I think one's enough.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Council, Mayor. I just wanted to report out that at the very last Saturday of last month, I went to Supervisor Holly Mitchell's Black History Month celebration, and there I was able to thank her for everything she's done for the city. And I was able actually to meet some of my colleagues who work in the parks and recs for the county. So I found that kind of interesting. So I have some things I'd like to, unfortunately they've been in my car for a while, they've been kind of scratched up. But these are things that some of the kids might really want to be able to participate in. The Parks and Recs they're having a LA County Skate Jam, and one of the places is over here at Alondra County Regional Park on Saturday, June 20th from 12 to 2. And they're doing a Dodger Dream Team at all these different parks, but one specifically is at Alondra Park. And I thought that we might want to make sure that our community knew this, so I wanted to give this to someone to maybe, yeah. Excuse me? Oh, okay. That's it, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak to this body, either the Lawndale City Council or the Cable Users Corporation. Okay, seeing none, let's bring it up to the diocese for comments from the council. Let's
thank you,
talk to Councilman Peck.
Thank you for everybody coming out tonight and speaking. Holly, thank you for your update. Where'd you go? There you are, over there. Thank you for your updates. Ms. Owens, thank you for the teen information. And with that, I'll pass it on to my colleague to my right.
Councilmember Frank Televere.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here today and joining us. Regarding the things that were said, I just want to say also thank you to Holly and thank you to Annette. And Holly always bring this information forward to us. It's a good thing. We know that our fight isn't over. So all the information that we can accumulate over the time, is going to serve us well when we have to stand up again. So thank you for always bringing us updated information. Annette, thank you for going and representing Lawndale at Supervisor Holly Mitchell's event. Thank you very much. And hopefully we can soon also replicate some of those events and, for our own city. So, and for Mr. Adams, I just want to say that I hope we do an investigation. And then, because it's going to show who actually is the instigator of these situations. And again, he brought it up last month, and I was, last meeting, and I was there, and I was present today also. And he's abusive, and I think that it's time that we do something about it. And there's no way that we want to ostracize or put anyone at odds with this program. People go there to enjoy a nice lunch. We had a wonderful celebration, and if you're not happy in a place, then why are you going? That's my question. But you have a right to go, so please keep on going. And but we're all adults there. We're older senior citizens. We know how to get along, And if we don't, then we need to check ourselves, And some people might have some rough edges. That's true, But as wise as we are, and I'm hoping, and I hope I'm not generalizing us for our age, but I believe there's a lot of wisdom there. So if I need to testify, I'm more than happy to testify. I'm more than happy to give you my account of what happened, what transpired there, and Mr. Adams said it's also my opinion, so I will be giving my opinion also. So thank you. That's all I have to say.
Okay, Councilwoman Bernadette-Suarez.
Just like to thank everybody that came out tonight. My one question is with regards to the public records request. Does that need to be made written, or does the verbal request satisfy?
The verbal satisfies, but it would be helpful to the city clerk's office if it were made written.
Okay. And that's the only question I had, but I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight.
Madam Pro Tem Shirley Cuevas.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out and speaking, and also those of you that are watching us. My colleagues already spoke, so thank you.
Okay, I too want to thank everyone who came out and those who spoke and those who are watching us as well. Yeah, my colleagues already spoke about everything. So we'll move our agenda along. Let me circle back to the acting captain, Giggles. I see you got some folks you want to introduce, right? Okay, yes, ma'am.
You guys are seeing a lot of new faces today, but I wanted to introduce our new special assignment officers. Rivas, Deputy Rivas, and Deputy Poole.
Okay.
So they're here to serve you guys.
Well, let me ask you this, Captain.
Yes.
You said special assignments. Just for the sake of the public, what is a special assignment?
Oh, like he's back here talking. Well, they'll handle all quality of life issues in Lawndale.
Yeah.
So any issues you guys have, any issues in the community, they will actually assist you with it. They're a no-call car, so they'll respond to any quality of life issues.
Okay, that's very good. Thank you. Welcome, you guys. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we're on the consent calendar. We had comments from the council and the public. So we're on the consent calendar. What is the pleasure of this body concerning the consent calendar?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Okay. The motion been made by Cuevas and, Kearney, and seconded by Cuevas. Any discussion on the motion? Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Kearney?
Okay, yeah. Oh,
You got to vote.
I was somewhere else. I was one of those seniors at the lunch.
Right.
For the consent calendar, the motion passes unanimously.
Okay.
Yeah, I was testing.
Now, just for clarification, the consent calendar also included the Cable Users Corporation? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're now on the, under administration, the Cable Usage Corporation, the City Council Chambers Television Production Technology Upgrades. Let's have the staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council, President and Board of Directors for the Lawndale Cable Usage Corporation. This evening, staff is requesting approval of a contract service agreement with Western Audio Visual for the purchase and installation of broadcast control and automatic playback system to replace the city's existing equipment used to manage the broadcasting of the city council meetings on the city's public access television channel as well as other streaming platforms. The current council chamber control room system is reaching the end of its life cycle, and upgrading the system is necessary to improve the reliability and allow for the city to continue to conduct hybrid meetings, which would allow for the public to participate both in person and remotely in compliance with the Brown Act requirements and the recent updates under SB 707 that will go into effect in July 1. In November 2025, staff initiated the RFP process and identified Western Audiovisual to deliver a turnkey system that will fit the city's needs at the lowest price. The funding for this project was approved during the fiscal year 25-26 budget process using the public education and government access fees. However, the project cost is short by $29,247, which would include the first year of a maintenance service agreement, as well as a 10% contingency fee, which would be $24,932, for a total cost of the agreement of $274,247. As such, staff is recommending that the use of a combination of the public education and government access fees, as well as general fund, to complete this project. In summary, staff is respectfully requesting that City Council approve an agreement with Western Audiovisual for the contract sum amount of $274,247 in a form approved by the City Attorney's Office, and authorize the Director of Finance, City Treasurer, to appropriate additional $8,000 from the PEG fees and $29,247 from the general fund to cover the additional costs to complete this project. This concludes staff report, and I'm available to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you for that report. Are there any questions of the report?
I do. I don't know if it's the right question to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Go ahead.
with the replacement of the equipment, are we trying to sell any of the old equipment to recuperate some of the fees?
Well, the system is outdated. We actually processed this basically 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. And so we are looking to potentially refurbish the equipment to maybe use it remotely, maybe over the community center if we're able to. If not, we will go ahead and go through the assessment process to see what the worth of the equipment is, to see if we're able to do that. If not, we'll donate it or recycle.
Thank you. And if there's no other questions, I would like to approve the motion.
Are there any additional questions? Okay, well, motion is in order.
Yes, please.
I'll second it.
Okay, the motion been made by Cuevas and seconded by Suarez. Any discussion on the motion? Will the council please vote? That was weird.
For item number 19, the motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you, Madam City Clerk. Okay, item 10, approve the First Amendment of the franchise agreement with Republic Services.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. This item tonight is a request to approve the First Amendment to the city's franchise agreement with Republic Services to add the Martin Luther King Jr. Day as a recognized service holiday. The city's franchise agreement with Republic Services specifies which holidays collection services may be suspended. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is not currently on the list. This past January 19th, 2026, Republic Services suspended collection services in observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. Day without obtaining prior written authorization from the city as required under the franchise agreement. Once staff became aware of the service interruption, the city notified Republic that the action constituted a noncompliance and could result in assessment of liquidated damages. Rather than immediately imposing the penalties, the city offered Republic the opportunity to implement a corrective action. Republic agreed to prepare a contract amendment at its sole expense to formally designate Martin Luther King Jr. Day as a recognized service holiday and to present that amendment to the City Council along with an acknowledgement of the service error. Staff believes this amendment will provide clarity moving forward regarding holiday service schedules and help prevent similar service interruptions in the future. The amendment does not change service rates, compensation, or service levels. There is no fiscal impact to the city as Republic Services is responsible for all costs associated with preparing this amendment. Staff recommends that the City Council approve the First Amendment to the franchise agreement designating Martin Luther King Jr. as a recognized service holiday. In recognition of Republic's corrective action and acknowledgement of the service error, staff also recommends refraining from assessing liquidated damages related to the January 19th service interruption. This concludes my report. I'm available to answer any questions, and Don Harris from Republic is also here to answer any questions should you have any.
Okay, thank you for the report. Are there any questions? I do have a question. Was you guys ever was able to make up that day? Did the resident just lose a date?
No, it was made up for the remainder of the week. It was delayed by one day, residential.
Oh,
And then
okay.
commercial just picked up where they would normally start collecting on the next day.
Oh, okay. So it was made up, made up the day.
For residential, yes.
You said for residential?
Yes.
What about commercial?
Those that did not get serviced on Monday, I believe, did not get a made-up day unless, oh, they did? Oh, okay. Then Don says they did.
Okay, okay. What is the pleasure of this
I'll
body?
make a motion to go to staff recommendation.
The motion is being made by Mr. Pat Kern that we go with staff recommendation,
I'll second that.
second by Cuevas. Any discussion on the motion? Would the council please vote?
For item number 10, the motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the award of CDBG project at various locations.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and council members. This is for the award of this year's CDBG project. CDBG, by the way, stands for Community Development Block Grant, and it's a federal program that allocates funds to the city annually. On April 15 of 2024, the City Council adopted a resolution to accept $228,000 of federal funds for use in our program. Additional monies were left over from previous years. We added it to the total for this year's project, totaling $243,000. The project was advertised on several platforms. On February of this year, we also had a pre-bid meeting. Bid openings were done in February, about a couple weeks ago. and of which we had 6 bids received. The lowest bidder came in quite a bit lower than expected, but all the reference checks and quality of work and all that proved to be good, so we're running with this contractor. Now, the city is asking, or staff, I suppose, asking for a larger contingency than typical for these projects because there were quite a bit of funds left. So we're asking for a contingency of 50%, $70,000 of the total, to be able to extend the project and get more concrete more sidewalks for the city. CDBG is very specific of where the monies are spent. Therefore, we need to work in the same area previously approved by the county. I'm going to go through the list, the areas that we are going to be doing work beginning April. This project will work on Greyvilla Avenue from Manhattan Beach Boulevard to 159th Street. Also on 159th Street from Greyvilla to Hawthorne Boulevard. On Mansell Avenue from 147th Street to 145th Street. Eastwood Avenue from 154th Street to the cul-de-sac at the end of that. CDBG funds are preparation for our paving projects that follow. So we fix the sidewalks first, and then the following paving project takes off from here, and we make a bigger impact on our streets by combining projects and following one project with the other. So staff recommends, in this case, to award the construction contract to CJ Concrete Construction, Inc. for $137,000, $137,543. Approve the construction contingency of $70,000, which is 50% contingency. Approve the CDBG consultant cost of $30,000 for basically labor compliance, and this is a requirement from the federal funds to do. Also determine that this project is exempt from CEQA. And lastly, authorize the city manager to file a notice of project completion at the end of the project with the Los Angeles County. And that's all I have. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Okay, thank you for that report. Are there any questions of the report? Madam Cuevas.
You refresh my mind how we picked those 3 sections. Was it based on the survey that we did, or how do we pick them?
Thank you for that question, because
Sorry.
No,
I can't remember, that's why.
It is very important. I'm laughing for a different reason.
Because I always ask you those questions.
And I always like them. They're always good questions. We are following the previous paving projects as well. We want to make an impact and complete areas previously paved by extending from there. However, additionally, we pick known failure areas to work on those and fix as much damaged sidewalk as we can. Unfortunately, with CDBG, it has to be in that area and not on the selected area. So when there's sidewalk far from there, we cannot do as part of this project. But we are following up all those known areas with the next paving project as well, because those include concrete.
Are we still working on the north side of the city? I don't remember, have we done work on the south side of the city?
I don't have the answer for you right now. However, we try to work on all
Throughout.
areas of the city, throughout the city.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me ask you this, do we have an opportunity to add streets, or this is set for this project?
This one is set, however, with the contingency, if awarded, we are extending to extending to the same areas originally approved under the resolution.
Okay.
Because this gets approved 2 years in advance, but we're extending if we get awarded that contingency.
Okay, 'cause I have a street on 161st. So maybe you can see if that's included in one of these areas, so we can get that taken care of. The actual address is 4641. It's not the address itself, but if you go
Sure,
to that
the
address,
area.
you'll find it, yeah.
Absolutely,
yeah.
and that's, if it's not doable because it's too far from the area, we will look to include it in the next project that's coming up.
Okay, good.
You're gonna see it in May, in April.
Okay.
We'll be here.
Okay, yeah, that's 4641 West 161st Street.
Perfect, thank you.
It's obvious when you get to the area that it needs repair.
Okay.
Any other questions? What is the?
Is this the big, I'm so sorry.
All right.
Is that by the railroad tracks by any chance?
Yep. You can't walk over
No.
that patch or use a wheelchair.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing it up. I'm going to take a minute to just tell you, Public Works was notified. We did a temporary fix already, so we can walk through it, use a wheelchair. However, it's very temporary, and it's being part of the project coming up, for
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Not of this, but the other one.
Right, the one in May.
Yes.
Okay.
The one in May. But right now, it's safe to walk through. It has some plywood, safely ramped, and it's a safe place.
Yeah, you guys must have did that quickly because that was a few days ago that I reported that.
Absolutely. It was only Friday that or somewhere around there, so we moved quickly to take care of things like this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is the pleasure of this body concerning this item?
I'll motion to approve it.
Motion's been made by Cuevas,
Second.
second by Kearney. Any discussion on the motion? Will the council please vote?
Come on, here we go. For item number 11, the motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. Okay, we got the city manager's report coming up. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I will defer the city manager's time to Mr. Jason Minter, Community Services Director.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. As she said, Jason Minter, Community Services Department. We are less than 2 weeks away from the Lawndale Egg Hunt, so I just wanted to make sure we sent a reminder out to everyone in the public. It will be held at 2 different sites, so hopefully you have a little pen, you can jot this down. Jane Addams will host the 8 to 9-year-old group and the 10 to 12-year-old group. William Green will host the 3 and under, as well as the 4 to 5-year-olds and the 6 to 7-year-olds. Both events start at 9:30. The gates will open at 9. We'll have a couple of light snack food vendors at each location, plus some things for the kids to do depending on their age group. And we will have the world-famous golden egg baskets. So each heat worth of, for the kids, we'll have a few selected golden eggs, where if you find one of those golden eggs, you can return it to the staff booth and get a cool golden egg basket, which will feature Legos, which is one of my favorite, Easter-type basket treats. So if anybody has any questions, I'm here to answer them, but it's Saturday, March 28th, 9:30 to about 12:30, depending on the site. We'll have music. Like I said, it'll be a great time. Take a lot of pictures. There may be a couple of appearances at each site by a Easter bunny, but, keep that on the wraps. We don't want to give that away. So with that, I'm available for any questions.
Okay. Thank you for your report.
Thank you.
Madam City Manager, is there anything further?
Nothing further. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, council members, report of attendance, dinners, lunch, anything like that you want to share?
Pastor
I'm sorry, we already did public comments, right? Yeah, I'm allowed. Come on. But normally you would do that under public comments.
Oh, I thought I could wait for his report and then I can speak to him then.
No, you can do that under public comments.
The question I had is, what is the city planning on doing with people who are teenagers, thereabouts? I think you said, was it 10 or 11 was the cutoff? 12 o'clock, or 12, sorry, 12 is the cutoff. So what is the city doing for the older kids? Is it just they've aged out and they've got to move on, or do we potentially look at a third site for future years? I'm just curious what we're doing for those children, or if we're just no longer doing things for them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for the question. It's a great question. This is a family event, so even if you don't have a child in the age groups that I mentioned, you're still welcome to come out. We are going to have games for the older kids at the Jane Addams site, so we will have our game area with cornhole and the Connect Four and things like that. And hopefully a good big brother or sister or whatever can hang out and help their little brothers or sisters or cousins, with the egg hunt, as long as they're not picking up the eggs off of the ground. That's has to be done by the age group specific child. But it is a family event, so we do encourage everyone to come out. You can still get a photo with the bunny if you want, but there aren't any other specific activities related just to teenagers.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. Okay, let's move along. Okay, we had report of attendance. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On 3/7, I attended Little League opening day. Mayor Pro Tem Cuevas threw out the first ball. It was sad. It was sad. I think she threw it in the dugout almost, but anyway, good try, Shirley. On 3/11, I went to Contract City's Lobby Trusted Oversight meeting again in Monterey Park. We had some suits settled. On 3/12, I attended the LA County West Vector Control Board members meeting in Culver City. This past Saturday, I attended Lawndale High School for their Easy as Pi, which is 3.14 pi. In case all you math geniuses out there like me knew what that was. It was a 1 mile walk. My wife, my daughter, and myself participated in it. It was sponsored by Center Valley Union High School District. It was a great event. There was all kinds of people there. Today, I attended the senior St. Patrick's Day luncheon with Council Member Talavera and his wife. It was a great event. My wife won a prize. Yeah, a bingo game. I don't know, St. Patrick's Day bingo. Anyway, and then I want to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. And don't forget about Neighbor Watch on Wednesday the 18th at 6 o'clock. And with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Robert.
Talavera. Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. I attended also the opening day for Lawndale Little League and enjoyed it. I'm glad to see that Lawndale Little League is still alive. I shared with the group there that my brother played Little League for Lawndale. And So it was good to see the group of kids lined up and parading around the field and showing off their team spirit, so it was great. I also, on the 10th, I attended the Independence Day Ad Hoc Committee with Mayor Pro Tem Cuevas. We had a nice, good discussion, and we're looking forward to bigger and better things. And on the 11th, I had a lunch with the seniors that day. And then on the 12th, I attended the Hawthorne-Lawndale Minister Association meeting and had a good time there. The pastor that sponsored this month's event always gives us a lavish breakfast. So we had grits and bacon and sausage and just a good thing. So it was good. And also I attended the Teams meeting with our city manager recruiter and had that, did that as, and then on the 13th, on Friday, I attended the NALEO member listening series in Hawthorne, hosted by Alex Vargas, mayor of Hawthorne, and had a good time, saw a lot of people that I already knew, and it was good. And then, as my colleague said, on today, we had, my wife and I, we attended also the seniors St. Patrick's Day celebration, and I too just want to wish everyone a happy St. Patrick's Day for tomorrow. So thank you, and that's it.
Okay, thank you. Bernadette Suarez.
I just had a couple things. I did attend the South Bay Cities Council of Government Steering Committee meeting last Monday. And for those that may not be aware, the COG is throwing the 26th Annual General Assembly on March 26th. It's open to everybody. It's called Let the Games Begin, How Sports and Entertainment Are Shaping the South Bay. It'll be at the West Strip Hotel. These are great events to go to. There's a lot of information and panels, and they're always good learning sessions. And then I as well attended on the 13th the NALEO listening session or whatnot, but it was a great opportunity to network with my fellow colleagues and even some members from the state and whatnot. So it was nice to have that coalition and talk about issues of mutual concern, especially within the Latino community. And with that, I'll pass it along. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Cuevas.
All right. I attended our League of California Cities Division General Membership meeting at the SoCal Edison headquarters. Very beautiful facility. And one of the discussion was the 2028 Olympic transportation and housing. The Olympic Committee will be using or is working into using all public trans to get those millions of tourists that are supposed to be coming into town, and they want to work with our cities together to put a program. The only problem we don't have our own private trans, but we have our little, Lawndale beat. And one of the things that they want to promote is for our residents to take the Lawndale beat to the metro station and catch the metro into these venues. They will be closing a big radius around all venues, several miles around the venues. There's not going to be parking. Like if you go to SoFi, that entire parking lot will probably not be available for public parking. So they are recommending that you use public trans, metro, the buses. Even if you use Uber or Lyft or any of those, they will not be able to drive you into the complex. You would have to walk. City of Westwood most likely will be closed because the 2 million athletes that they're predicting coming in will be housing at UCLA. They will be using their housing there. So Westwood, if you have any medical, if you see your doctor at UCLA, you'll probably have to make in advance arrangements on how to get into the city. They will be putting more information out as we get closer to the Olympics, but they want us to start trying to use our public trans, the metro that's out there. One of the questions that was brought up is public safety. And they are working with state and federal government to make our metros safe. They also mentioned that these Winter Olympics in Italy, their public trans also had homeless in their public transportation, but they were able to manage, the assaults and all that. So they're trying to learn from those Olympic from France and Italy what they had worked on or how they secured the visitors and trying to bring it to us. So for those of you, if you haven't gone on a metro, even though we don't like metro, but there still are public trans, just go ahead and try it. Take our Lawndale Beat to the Redondo Beach station, and you could take that to LAX or to Long Beach or to downtown LA. So try the public trans. That was one of the topics. And then we'll talk about housing later on because there are a shortage of houses right now or hotels. I also attended the Lawndale Little League opening day. There was a gust of wind that took the ball away from the catcher. I missed it by maybe 5 feet, but hey, it made it to home plate. It passed home plate. But I had fun doing that. Thank you for allowing me to do that. I also want to thank the Little League board. This year they have a big registration. It's a lot of young kids. I think there's 5 or 6 T-ball teams. These are kids that are learning sports, and I think this is a good thing for our city to develop them as young kids and not be behind video games or a cell phone, at least getting them out there. So thank you to the Little League board for continuing support to our city. I did attend the Independence Day celebration ad hoc meeting with Talavera, and we had a very good discussion. I want to continue to develop those discussions, so I'm hoping we could have another meeting soon. And I want to say thank you, Lucho, for taking care of the pothole at the railroad track. Has the train company come by and fix that, or are we still doing it ourselves?
We did it ourselves. However, we communicated it to them, but it's hard getting responses from BNSF.
BNSF.
It's hard getting responses.
Because this is the 3rd time we fixed that same section ourselves.
Yeah. They were going to come in and fix it themselves, plan the project in 2024. We were working together, city and them, and then they stopped responding for whatever reason. But I keep trying, and eventually it will get replaced to modernize it like the other crossings.
City Attorney, is there something we could request in writing? Because that same intersection, it's been happening, every 6 months or so?
Yep.
Yeah, because this is my 3rd time that I placed a call.
Sure, I'll work with the director and see what we can do in reaching out in writing.
Thank you. That's all for me. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Okay, not in any necessary order. I did attend the pre-St. Patty's lunch today with the seniors. That went very well. I just happened to be there because I was working remotely today. And I said, you know what, every time I work remotely, I like to spend time with the seniors. So I said, let me go to senior luncheon today. I have some time on my hand, right, because I'm working remotely. And I didn't know it was St. Patrick's Day theme. I had no idea. So I walked in, everybody was in green, decked out, and here I am, right, in my blue, right? I'm in all blue. And Jason saved me by giving me some beads, some green beads, right? Yeah. So But somebody told me that you can't pinch today because today is not officially St. Patrick's. So I felt a little better, but when I got the green bees, I felt much better, right? And so, but a good time was had. Nice entertainment. There was some dancers, what have you. They did a very good job. So I want to thank the staff for putting that on. That was today. I also attended the Little League opening day, and you're right. Little League seemed like it's growing. There were some years where it seemed like it was kind of dwindling, but now it's like, and it's not necessarily this year because it didn't even start this year. It started a few years ago, but now, man, it's grown. Like a lot of teams and a lot of participation. So that was a good day, and you did a great job. You did a great job throwing the bat out, the ball out. We set you up for that though. Yeah, because I got a bad shoulder. At least that's my excuse, right? I got a bad shoulder, so. But thank you for throwing the first ball out. I also attended the city manager's interview with our consultant to give my input on the new city manager, what I'm looking for in a city manager, what we're collectively looking for in a new city manager. And so those talks are going to continue, and then we'll see who answers the call. Speaking of Olympics, the Olympics is accepting on volunteers this summer for those who want to volunteer for the Olympics. If you're interested in volunteer for the Olympics, you have to go to their website, which is la28.org/volunteer. And there's a whole host of things you can do as a volunteer, from helping guests, visitors, athletes, what have you, whatever your preference is. You can do that by volunteering at la28.org. That's la28.org for the Olympics volunteering. And that's all I have.
And may I say something about that? It's not just the regular Olympics, it's the Paralympics is also a week after. So all these projects are being, it's a matter of almost a month that we need to be prepared for. Bus lanes will be converted into their own lanes for Olympics traffic. So not only think it's going to be a 2-week thing, it'll be about a month because we have Paralympics coming right after.
Speaking of that, I want to see if we can, is there a way that we can engage our business community? I'm looking at Frank because we're on the subcommittee, the business revitalization subcommittee. I think we need to see is there any opportunity to plug the city of Lawndale in those opportunities, because millions of people are going to be visiting the LA region, and they're not all going to be in LA because they're going to take that as the opportunity to patronize surrounding cities. So if we can work with our business communities to get them on board, so they can take advantage of all those dollars that's going to be flowing through, because it's a economic driver. So if we want to put together, a meeting at the subcommittee just to kind of flush it out, what have you, yeah. So that's all I have. So let's move our agenda. Let's go to our closed session. Let's hear it from our city attorneys.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have 2 items in closed session tonight, and if the council doesn't have a problem with it, we're going to take them in opposite order for logistical reasons. So the first would be a conference with legal counsel on potential litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D2, and then the second will be the per Government Code Section 54957B, further steps in appointment of a city manager. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. Oh, it is. I saw that's a. Yeah, no, according to the flyer, it's off. The flyer that, yeah.
Well, the bulky item is consistent, that just talks about how you can go about scheduling a bulky item.
Right, that one's there, but there was another one yesterday that said bulk item pickup for Lawndale Cleanup Week will still be, and we'll have extra trucks picking things up. That was on there.
Okay. Madam City Manager, do you mind making that announcement? There's been canceled. But including what portion's been canceled?
Well, all of it's canceled.
So if you could announce.
Okay, so we have returned from closed session. I'm going to ask the city attorney to give us the report of the closed session.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, the council was briefed on both the potential item of potential litigation and on the public employee appointment, but no reportable action was taken this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam City Attorney. I'm going to swing it back to the city manager's office to give the update on the cleanup day.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor and City Council. As of right now, the cleanup week is scheduled and is canceled. We are planning to reschedule that cleanup week soon, but residents can always contact the Public Works Department or the Republic to schedule a bulky item pickup, but as of right now, the cleanup week is canceled.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the next regularly scheduled meeting of the Lawndale City Council will be held at 6:30 p.m. on Monday, April 6, 2026, in these here chambers. It is now 7:44. We are adjourned.
What time?
7:44. Right.